All right, so does the finals feel like yesterday? Does it feel like 10 years ago?
It's like 2 minutes ago.
2 minutes ago?
Like 2 minutes ago, bro. Yeah, summer has been very quick, but I'd rather have summers like this where you're competing for a championship than ending the season early in April and waiting for the draft and waiting for a Derek Lively pick.
There you go.
And, in comparison. Yes, in comparison to last year, but or the year before that. So it's good to have proven a lot of what we knew to be true with our team and our cohesion and our chemistry. And then also to be battle tested, to fail at the highest level. We know what everybody's saying out there. It's not like, we could discredit them. Only thing we can do is earn the respect that's rightfully ours and go compete again.
Looking back at the finals, now that you've had maybe a second, but at least some time to look at it. Yeah. For you personally, what was the big difference between home and away games? I'm sure you've looked back and saw your
in the finals or in the playoffs?
Finals.
Oh, the finals, man. Well, it's not the best reflection, right, of who I am, especially when going into Boston and, feeling like we have a great team, but also I'm feeling like the best I've felt in the past few years. I have always known that going against some guys that I've played against is always going to be some of the toughest, or I played with, playing against guys that I've played with that know my game extremely well, playing against Drew Holiday, JT, JB, even Derek White and Al Horford. That starting five with KP thrown in there, they had a great defensive group, and they play extremely well off each other on the defensive end. So as much as my ISO game wasn't working, I just felt like I really settled for a lot of jump shots that I probably could have got closer to the rim, and then a lot of shots that I got at the rim, I definitely could have finished. And home and away, I don't think there's going to be a big difference, and I'm here to dispel all that stuff this year because it is an annoying portion of the legacy building of, like, yes, competition is one thing, and then you have the extra memes and the extra naysayers are saying, whoa, why doesn't he play well in Boston? And it's like, okay, I haven't played well in Boston, but there's always a great chance to redeem yourself in competition, and I'm looking forward to utilizing that motivation, energy, and also playing against the best, man. We went against a great team. It wasn't like I can get ISOs every single time against everybody. We're going against one of the best defensive teams of all time, not one of the best defensive teams of just the past few seasons. That was a special group we get against. So we went against. So I give credit to the Boston Celtics while also staying motivated myself to continue to be better and demand more out of myself so I don't perform at that level and perform at a better level than I know I'm capable of.
Your story's not done yet, right?
No. Yeah. How's this year's roster different than last year's?
I think starting on day one with the roster we're most likely going to see for the rest of the season, I think that's a benefit. Guys coming in rested and recovered. Guys coming in motivated, guys understanding that we are the franchise that lost in the finals. So let's take that identity for now, but we're also one of the best teams in the world, and we proved it. So there's a flip side to every coin, right? We lose in the finals. That sucks. It's disappointing. I'm still hurting behind it. I know I'm not the only one, but the other side of the coin is like we proved a lot of people wrong. We even proved ourselves right. We had a chance to get to 50 wins, to do it in a very beautiful fashion, might I add, because we got hot at the end of the season. And then going against the teams we went up against. These were supposed to be the best teams in the league, young teams in the league, hearing everything about them. We weren't picked to win the series, So I think the beauty I talk about is being able to go through that journey and come out on the other side battle-tested and be successful. Excuse me. And then also making it to the finals and then losing and knowing what that feels like. I've made it to the finals and lost. Didn't make it back for the next 7 years. So, excuse me, a lot of this time that was spent getting to work on ourselves in the summer was much needed.
We've been asking everybody about Luka. What's a misconception about Luka that some people have?
What's a misconception? A misconception about Luka. I think I don't know if I could really pinpoint any misconception. I just think the talk around him is probably like the misconception of just whether or not he cares. Me as a teammate, I can't speak for Luka. I just know that I feel even more motivation when people are talking shit about him just because I feel the need to protect him. And I know what that feels like to be in the hot seat. And he is the franchise guy. He got drafted here. He's a max player. He's a superstar in the world. and he's done a great job of leading this team without me being here. So there's a lot of responsibility I think that's unfair that he takes on. But also, again, there's a flip side to that, is that when you talk shit to him, you better expect for a response. And that's the one thing I love about him is, yeah, he hears all the noise, never gets really distracted, but also he always relishes in the chance to make you eat your words. And that's one thing I appreciate. You say he can't do something, then he goes out and has exactly what you said he couldn't have. You said he couldn't do this, and he does exactly what you said he couldn't do. And I think that's the true testament of somebody that's great.
Gobert learned that. Right? Gobert learned that. Right?
I mean, you guys said it, I didn't.
Yeah, that's right.
Last question for you. We've also been asking everybody a misconception about you. What do you think they're saying?
I don't know. Probably like my everyday, like yeah, probably like my everyday getting to know me.
Yeah,
I would say that. Yeah, coming into work.
Honestly, it has been super cool. Obviously, we don't know you personally, but just to hear everybody talk about just how awesome of a person you are.
Oh, thank you.
And how awesome of a dad you are.
Thank you.
Just all the affirming stuff. So, not that you need it, but hopefully that means something that just your teammates just they love talking about you and they love you. So
thank you.
Cool.
Thank you. I would attribute that to being very young for a long time. And when I say young, I mean like I came in at 19. A lot of these guys have watched me for the past 13 years. They've taken some of my skills, turned into their own. And I think they've seen just the confidence I have in myself, not just on the court, but also my ability off the court to stand on what I believe in. And my family is not far behind. They are always nearby, and I have been able to really cross that next phase of my life of being aware that I'm better giving more knowledge and learning than trying to say I know it all and trying to be something I'm not, right? Like I can't pretend like I know more than what I do. And, being younger, you try to follow what other people do. You try to follow what the older generation does instead of being original in who you are and just accepting you for you. So I think I try to exemplify that for them of just, yes, it's okay to make mistakes and fall down and get, bruised up, as they say. But on the other side of that is just redemption and getting to know yourself more, getting to know your relationship to God, getting to know your relationship to your teammates. Humanity, right? Humanity deserves to see you smile and get to know you for who you are. So I'm in that phase of my life of just celebrating life more, man.
We've been asking people about wisdom. There you go. Then.
Yeah, that's the part, bro. Appreciate you guys.
Kyrie,
you already know, bro.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir, bro.